Welcome all my YouTube people. My name is Joseph Allen Blessman. I am here to continue the word of describing and explaining the book to you people, the University of Success. The lessons that I have prepared today for the viewers, you beautiful people, are going to be lessons 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Yes. 7 chapters. One video. One video. Let's do this. So, as I go back and talk about lesson 24 and 25, as lesson 24 is titled, How to Get Yourself Organized, and lesson 25 is titled, How to Use the Law of Increasing Returns. Really, lessons 24 and 25 hone on the skill of organization and being ready to take in things so you can put them in the right categories and process them like so. Take this in any way you will, because this is that type of information that it is stressing upon. So to complete semester 5, what I want to say is that you must be able and willing to create a connection booth, is kind of how I want to put it. And the connection booth is simply the things that you receive, you're willing to put out in a different factory. I am moving on to semester 6 because, yes, I have read the whole semester and I have to now give this information to you guys because I recently read it over the past couple days, and I really want to talk about some things that did more than interest me. It's some things that I now have to want to keep in mind and realize that actually helps if you take the time to follow the steps needed. Start with lesson 26, how to become a money getter. And that is telling you that you must be willing to imagine your money spending habits first. When I mean this, I want to talk about your money management skills because it addresses the one thing that people use, that everyone uses on a yearly basis, is money. A lot of people may use different things at different times, but money is always going to be relevant. Money is always a part of the system. You must recognize your spending habits now before you can change them and allow your money to make more for you later. Is basically how you have to put this in context of how am I going to use this. Because you can't just start saving money and thinking that you can have the same habits of blowing it off. You're used to that. So what you must do is recognize what areas in your life are you willing to settle for less, and then plan accordingly. Realize how far you want to go. Realize if you're driving around in your car, what roads you were taking just to drive around there, and realize you can save about $10 to $20 on gas just taking a more direct route. I know in our world today that's not true, but I have to say that because it's stressed in the book, only because the book was made in the 1900s. Okay, so I'm just saying that so you can ignore it. So lesson 27, how to turn your desires into gold, is getting ready for you mentally to want to achieve things that you know only you can find the answer to. When I say this, is that it's saying that the goals that you set yourself, some of these goals, if it is a large list, should be goals that are only in your imagination. And when I say imagination, I do not mean this area of which you can never achieve. I mean the opposite. Your imagination should be this zone, this essence of which you think about things and you know you can slowly build your way to them. You want to reach something that you know that you have to make. It's not something that's out there, like reaching this point of your life. I think that's a terrible example. But you want to be able to think of a situation knowing that there's no possible way to ask other people how to create it and how to build it, but figuring out the way to do it yourself. And an important emotion to have when going for these goals is the keyword desire. And once you have desire, you now have this sense of purpose, of this sense of you belong here. And once you have that, you then work for the things that you want. Lesson 28, how to build your financial nest egg. Yes. And I have better notes for this one, so I believe you guys might like this. And lesson 28 really just talks about trying to build wealth with the money that you have. And once you're old, you can then talk about those experiences to how you've done it. Because when you're looking for wealth, your brain will always look for it in a quiet motion. You should never want to talk about the things you're going for if you're actually trying to get them. Because when you talk about it more, it's almost like you're trying to get other people to do it for you. Like how my family says, if you're in law, you're probably good at that and trying to do it. So congratulations, keep trying to build it. But if you are a person that is an independent worker, then you complaining about how you can't afford this yet isn't really helping you out. It's kind of helping out the person you're telling it to, letting them know the negative state that you're in because you feel frustrated. You can't have that. As you learned in the previous chapters, you can never have negative emotions. Negative emotions are out from now on, okay? It's not a shame to have them. And the important thing is to recognize them, condense the reasoning, and let it go. The quote in lesson 28 is saying that really hones down the key purpose of this lesson is that a part of all you earn is yours to keep. And that's really interesting because it really talks about the important factor of setting aside a certain amount and then taking the rest and giving it back. How to attract success, lesson 29. And I have a lot of notes on this one, so I'm definitely using my phone. Lesson 29 can be easily wrapped up as simple as this, but I will continue going forward after I speak these true words of the chapter. Know what you are doing, love what you are doing, and believe in what you're doing. Because you have to like it, you have to believe that what you're doing is right, and you have to do it. And you have to know, love, and believe. And so I will go to the last lesson. You should always want to accept greatness. You should always be looking for greatness in your quality of work. You never want to accept mediocrity. I have talked about that before, and that's what this last one stresses on now, is that since you're recognizing all these things in the previous lessons, how to recognize your spending habits, how to funnel it into a seed. You never want to accept a level of mediocrity in your work then, because when you're doing these things, it's preparing you for the greatness, the greatness of success, the greatness of great opportunity. And you never want to give a mediocrity response. You never want to give a mediocrity action to a great situation. No, because that to me is an average response, an average reaction. You want to give something that no one else would do, and that in finding those actions is finding greatness in yourself. Because you think about the things that you do now, and you think about the way you treat situations. If you treat them the right way now, in a creative and informative way now, you can then do those for other people. You can then help out other people, and it would be great for you to do that. So, I'm done with semester 6. If it's anything I've learned as a whole from this thing, it would be to recognize your habits and save accordingly. And always give back, so you can always receive more later. And then those last few words, I'm done here, people. My name on Twitter, of course, is Eluded by Choice. Follow me on that, please. Watch my videos. Watch the rest of them. I do not have any type of annotation, so you will just have to click on the sidebar over there. And I will tell you guys to be cool, be free, and above all, always remain well.